Okay, it's time for Sinbad no Boken, chapter 67, already out and translated. I'm very, very happy with how the Magi crew has been working because they've been very on the ball with translating the chapters of the main series and Sinbad no Boken. Um, so thank you guys if you're watching this or reading or listening to this. Thank you very much for your hard work and uh, please continue. Anyway, onto the actual chapter itself. I did like this chapter, even though it didn't really feature much of Sinbad or anything of like that peril. But there was some good, worthwhile development, especially within Serendine. And friggin' Rurumu, is that what her name is? Uh, her fucking casual bitch slap, which brought her to her senses, which is just beautiful. Yeah, and their kid seems to have grown up quite a bit, to the point where it kind of looks like a normal child at this point, not even like a baby or anything. So that's that, and now she has twins, so there's like a big family there, big, big in its literal sense, and also a very large family. Uh, so I mean, there's not too much to talk about here, but I'll try to expand on a couple of different things here. Uh, Jaffa. He wants to obviously save Sinbad, but there's certain things he has to do, in fact, because he can't just run off and try to save him because, well, they're contractually obligated to that to allow Sinbad to be a slave because that was in the contract. So it's not legal to break him out like that. It's very much an illegal process. Uh, and also, as Rurumu explains, it's a settlement between merchants has to stay between merchants for the most part. However, their out is sort of like the suzerain of Shindria Trading Company, which is Alibaba Saluja's father. Can't remember his name, but the king of Balbad. And so, you know, Jafar wants to go to Balbad, but he doesn't have to because there's like the summit at the Rame Empire, which is the same empire that uh, Sinbad's at, because the Madirel, I think that's what it is, the Madirel company is inside the Rame Empire. So they had, I guess, because she's a princess, she's allowed to give um, Jafar a freaking pardon letter to get in there, um, and he can ask the king to help him out, which I assume he will if he can. However, it's also quite likely at this summit that we're going to see Scheherazade, because obviously she's the Magi of uh, the Rame Empire. So, and she's been living for so long, she's obviously going to be there. Obviously not her real body, but you know, you guys already know that shit. But she's likely to be there, Scheherazade. I don't think Yunan will be there, but it would be interesting if Yunan does show up again, because you know his relationship with Sinbad has not been fully solidified from the main series in this side story or flashback series, whatever, prequel, whatever you want to call it. Um, so there's got to be more of Yunan at least before this is over. That's besides the point that we still haven't seen Yamraiha and a lot of people, so we still have quite a bit to go in Sinbad and Awoken. Uh, but as for Masrur, I mean, he didn't show up in this chapter, and there's no like clear sight of what's going to happen with Masrur except for the end result. So, um, let's see, is there much else to talk about? It looks like Serendine and Drakon are going to help. I mean, we know about Drakon because Drakon is part of Shindria at this point, but Serendine uh, will definitely show herself as a helpful tool because she's also a metal vessel user, and she is very powerful, I assume. Because well, metal vessels are strong as shit once you train them. But ultimately, um, you know, she's gonna help, and I don't know what's gonna happen from here on, but we do know the end result regarding Masur and Madar for the most part. Um, but like the whole middle is the thing. And there's also something else that could possibly happen here, and that's with Sinbad. Now, with Sinbad, there's something, again, if you haven't watched the main series or read it, I really urge you to do that because I'm about to spoil something big, and that's the fact that one, two, three, the fact that Sinbad has already half fallen into depravity by the main series. And so I don't know if it's this that's going to um, cause that or if it's going to be something else. But we also know that Sinbad loses somebody very important to him. Um, End of spoilers. So, yeah, that's it. This was a good chapter, and can't wait for more.